Good morning. We are going live. Everything's getting caught up. We got a slight delay in the feed. So let me get this figured out here. All right, we're live. And what we're looking at is we're looking at my trading account screen. Today, as always, we're trading options. This is what I do every morning. If you would like to follow along, obviously I would enjoy that. If you like what you see, do me a favor, click the like, click the subscribe, get notifications whenever I come online. I try and do this every morning just to show people what I'm doing and to share the hows and the whys. The reason I do this is because people ask me what I do to make money and how I make it. So I thought I would show people. We got a minute or so before market open. We'll see all these numbers change once the option contracts values start changing at 9:30. And I'm going to drink my coffee. And let's just jump in real quick. Pull in Trading View. This is the QQQ market. Fed meeting happened yesterday. Market screamed up. Then the market screamed down. Now the market is on its way back up. I'm not necessarily going to trade much this morning. I'm going to see how we handle this first 30 minutes. So this might be one of my longer sessions going through and managing. Normally I jump in at the open and like you can see, we're up $6,000 right there on the QQQ contracts. That's all of my contracts that are coming in and have been kind of down. Amazon's up. So let's just run through what we got going on here. Oh, SpaceX is up. It's a good day. So this is the August expiration of the September 30-year bonds. Bonds dropped with the Fed not lowering interest rates, but I guess there was some dissent. They didn't raise rates. They're not doing anything to stem inflation. Bonds dropped. I think I am going to add a position in the September one. I opened up a strangle. 2 days ago I opened up a strangle on that, right? So we sold a call and a put. And we're just going to take a look. I'm thinking about adding another put. The volatility, if you notice that volatility is through the roof. Our volatility when we opened this was 14, now it's 44. So we want to sell on the volatility expansion, and when volatility drops, even if this doesn't move, volatility contracts, the contracts become worth less. So I'm going to go ahead and trade this. This is still 57 days out. That is about 10 weeks out. We are selling this for $375, $2,300 in buying power. 375 divided by 2,300, give or take 16% in 8 weeks, 7 weeks. Let's see, 57 days. Yeah, seven weeks and change. So we're going to sell that. I'm going to go middle. I'm going to try and grab an extra $15 and see if we can get filled on that. We did. So I'm going to go ahead and set that to close. Sold at 24. We're going to set that to close at 12. Good till canceled, and we're going to move on. If we need to, we'll roll that out in the future. Next, we're going to take a look at Amazon. I rolled Amazon out yesterday on the 260 call. Amazon's up today. I'm in Amazon at 256. It's at 232, so I'm down $20. But I just keep rolling out the calls and the puts. I would love to see Amazon in September get up above that 245 or even up around that 260 mark, and I could get rid of all of those positions. So nothing to do there on Amazon. Google, I've got the 370 call that I rolled out yesterday into the September timeframe. When this gets down, if it's close, I'll let it get called away, or I'll close the position and sell this to get out of the stock holdings. But in the meantime, I am selling that for about 50 days out right now, so about 7 weeks, and then I will manage it at 21. Robinhood down. I do have Robinhood accounts as well. Everything's different for different reasons, obviously. And it looks like the QQQ is slipping down a little bit. Let's take a look at what I've got open here. This has been open for 7 days. It expires today, 665, 625. So that's 40 wide, so $4,000 risk. And I traded that at 295 and 58. So I traded that for $1 and what, 40 cents, some change. And currently we're at 90 cents in value. I should have that set to close. Let's find that working order for today is set to close at 60 cents. It's at 94. So I'm looking for that to earn me about 30 more cents. I'd like that to close. I don't necessarily want to have to roll that. Welcome. I do see we have some people watching. Thank you very much. If you've got any questions, please feel free to type them in the chat. What else do we have in positions on QQQ? Tomorrow's expiration, 665, 625, 660, 620. I'm zero concern. That's been open for 42 days. So I opened those up a long time ago, and the market pull down is still basically still hurting that. We do have an ivory rank of 82 in QQQ. So I'm going to hopefully this closes, and what I'd like to do is look out into the future and see what we've got. If we traded so we can get a September 11th close, and I would run that. Wow, that does not have anything. I want options further out than that, and they're not being offered yet. Let's see about the actual monthly close on September 18th. This is more what I'm looking for, is to trade this down around the 600. One standard deviation, maybe even as far as the 10 delta, because options, IV rank is dropping quickly here, but as it pushes up, I want to trade like the 580, 540 for $2. So I'm risking 4,000, earn 202. That's 7 weeks out. That would be basically 5% in 7 weeks if I'm doing my math right, which isn't bad. That's kind of my low risk trade. But I want to wait. I want this position to close and see how we're going. The market is screaming up right now. We're up 7,000 today, and that's nice because it's been down all week. So let's let that happen. Let's look at silver. Silver's kind of just capitulated at $58. SLV is an ETF that tracks silver. It's at 52. It's always lags a little bit behind because they have cash reserves they're required to hold. And I've got this expires tomorrow. It's a 1-day put. It's worth 6 cents. Let's go ahead and close that. I don't think we'll have a chance of hitting that. So we're going to go ahead and just de-risk that. We'll take the time to close it. And then we're going to look out one more week on that. Let's go 8 days out to August 7th. And let's go ahead and throw in another put right around that $50 mark here. Let's see where we're at. Let's go 50. Implied volatility is 27. Now what I have noticed is when silver goes up, the volatility goes up, the opposite of the market. I don't know if that's still the case. And the reason I don't know if that's still the case is because normally silver moves opposite the market. Precious metals and such are a hedge against the market. As we sit right now, they've been moving with the market more than against. So this is going to take, it's going to make me $47 on $800 of buying power for 1 week. Let's just do the quick math. Call it 46 divided by 800, 5% for the week. Let's go ahead and buy that bad boy. I'm sorry, we're going to sell it. Sold that. And we're just going to let that ride until probably Thursday or Friday next week. If it's close, I'll take assignment, dollar cost average, my position, my more expensive position in. Let's see, I'm in at $70. Let's see if there's something I can sell at 70 yet to make any money. I don't want to go super far out on that. Nothing worth trading right there. Last thing I'm looking at today, and then we're going to roll. Oh, Tesla and SpaceX. So Tesla took a big hit. SpaceX looks like it's creeping back up. We were at 109 the other day. Now we're at 114. I'm holding 200 shares. Average price of 133. Sold the covered call for 134 on the 200 shares for 1 week out. And we're just going to let that run. And then every week we're just going to keep rolling. Every week that we're under 133, 134, we're just going to roll it out. So in a week we're going to roll it out again to the next Friday, right in this, and we'll pick up a few $100 more. And we're just going to grind that profit out on that every week. Tesla took a hit. Let me look at the Tesla chart here. I think they had earnings that were not good. I'll look back at 22nd, 23rd time frame, and they've been down. Looks like they're starting to get a little bit of a rally back up. And let's just take a look at my Tesla position. It's for August, and we're right about the money. I wonder if there's not a roll here option to roll down and out. We're 22 days out. How long has that position been open? It's been open for 7 days. Let's just take a look. If I buy that to close, sell that to close, roll out to our September 18th, we got to make $3.43 on the spread. That is $10 wide. So if we roll out to, say, 260, 250, that would cost me money. Let's keep going up a little bit and see if there's a spot where we get a credit in here. Getting closer. There's a 13-cent credit, but we're not really rolling it. We're only rolling that down $5. There's a 50-cent credit for the same. All right, not going to make that trade. We're just going to see where Tesla goes on that. Let's go back. Let's go back and look at the Qs. 674. It's kind of holding. I do want to wait the 30 minutes for the open. Oh, I know I wanted to look at SK Hynix. And let's see what kind of a trade we can get in SK Hynix. So South Korea market's taken a huge downturn. Let's take a look at SK Hynix. I'm going to first look at the stock. It's relatively new. Oh, I missed that trade. I looked at this last night and I said, I want to trade down here and look at where we're at up here. I wanted to trade down here. We're moving up on SK Hynix, but they had a good earnings report, beating out the numbers. Wow, look at the beating out the numbers on that. Okay, so this is going to be my trade on SK Hynix. I'm going to go out to September 18th, and I want to sell a put credit spread down here around the 10 to 16 delta. So let's do a $2,000 wide spread. Let's go 620 to 260. $405 in credit. We're risking $2,000. 20% on that. Huge implied volatility right here. I might want to reduce my risk. Let's go down just a wee bit. All right, 95.75, 305, and we're risking 305 on the 2,000. 15%. We're sitting at a 14 delta. So actually that's really good right there. Your 14 delta is your percentage of move, but we take it as a basically the probability that you're going to hit that. We've got a probability of profit of 77%, a probability of 50% that we're going to be 88%. And then what I want to look at is I want to then open a leaps trade up and use that credit. There we go. Their QQQ closed for today. I want to go out and look at a longer term option where I'm buying a a call on SK Hynix in, say, December. Can I use some of that money to buy a December call in SK Hynix and make money? I don't know. Those are expensive. Let's see if we can't do something closer. Maybe September also. How much is a September call of, say, to spend that $3? If we go 230, man, those are wide too to go that high. I was hoping I could use that to, I may have to open up more legs on that if I did 2. That would give me $6. I'd be in this range at 1. Man, those are really wide. I don't like that wide spread there. And honestly, these are pretty old. They were closing July 31st. This upward market. These are actually pretty wide as well. Wider than I'd like to see. So I think I'm going to hold off. Wow, I mean, even that's pretty decent money though. 243.75. We're taking the middle. Let's just do 300 and see if we get filled on this in the mid-range, and we won't buy the call and double down on that. But I think SK Hynix, I think they've taken a huge pullback. So we're risking 2,000 to make 300. We're going to go ahead and set that to close at 150. So target profit on that is $150 in 50 days, 7 weeks. Total risk is 2,000 minus the 150. Minus we just got paid 300, so really 1,700 is at risk. I like to call it 2,000. So target is making $150 on 2,000 in 7 weeks at 7% total. That makes my 1% a week goal. Right? The 7-day stuff I trade makes better money. The further out stuff makes less. So it's a risk balance, a risk reward balance. And let's go back to, let's see, Nvidia's up, Palantir is up, SoFi's up, SpaceX is kind of holding, Tesla's creeping back up, American Airlines up, AMD up. Here's another one. AMD dropped all the way down to like 420, and now it's at 471. I don't think did I have an AMD trade on? I did not. I might have had one in one of my other accounts, but no AMD trade on. AMD, I expect AMD to get back up into that $500 range, but I'm not gonna chase that one. I missed that move, and that's okay. Let's go back to QQQ. So we closed July. Activity? We closed one contract for July 31st and one for July. That one closed at $1. That one closed at 60 cents. Looks like I still have a July 31st contract open, 665, 625. So 40 wide spread. And it's about at $1.50. What do we have set on? I want QQQ. And we have that set to close at $1.20. And we are at $1.50. So we're close to having that close. We're going to let that run. And we're just going to take a look at the Qs here. Man, we're just up. I should have traded at the beginning. I'm going to take a little bit longer of your time today, folks, than normal. I appreciate everyone that's watching. And we're going to wait till 10 o'clock. At 10 o'clock, I'm going to do my standard 10 at 10 trade, which is my old school. You could do it on a 0 day. And all that is at 10 o'clock after the major market movements, at 10 o'clock, I would just run in and say, I'm going to trade at the 10 delta. And I used to do it. So on other platforms that have much cheaper trades like Robinhood, where I pay for the gold, the trades are super cheap. I would just run 10 wide, 10 contracts. So instead of running one contract wider, I would do it tighter because the trades were cheaper. And I'd run at the 10 delta for the 0 day. So say, and I don't really love this, but I would say, okay, I would run 666 656. So for 37 cents, and then I'd run 10 contracts, which would be $370, risking 10,000 to make 370. So 3.7% for the day, and I would run that. And if I was really feeling it, I'd run the iron condor on that, and I'd run. So I'd run 10 contracts, set to close at halfway, or even set to close a little bit above halfway, and just beat that up. I moved out to longer periods just because of the premium and risking less money for the same amount. It's just a longer risk. So in this case, this is the trade I'm looking at, and I will adjust it. It's somewhere between the 10 and 16 delta at 7 days out. Let's say we ran the 10, 640, and then we run down to 600, go 40 wide. So $124 instead for 7 days, risking 4,000. So it's a lower risk. Market screaming up. We're losing some of our implied volatility. That's okay. It's catching us back up. I'm just going to see how we get at 10 o'clock. I'll make this trade. And then actually, we don't have to wait. Let's see where we're at. I'm going to go a little bit higher. 7 days out. Let's go 16 delta here at the 650. 650, 610. Sell the 650. Buy the 610. $200. We're going to run one contract on that. Good for the day. Send it. So that was basically $4,000 in risk to make 200. 5%. I'm going to set it to close at half that. So I'm going to set to close at $1 with the goal of making 2% in the week. That's it, guys. That's my trade. You saw my bond trade, saw my SK Hynix trade. That is my QQQ trade. We've closed 2 contracts. I think we've got this one getting ready to close anytime now. Should be at 120. Yeah, we're at 120, and this is at 135. So another tick up or so, another dollar up in the market, and this should be closing any second. And we'll be out of today's trades, tomorrow's trades, and we have nothing going until August 3rd. Let's look at where that is. We sold the 660. We bought the 650. So only 10 wide, but we ran. Oh, no, that's got 2. We got another one in there somewhere. Oh, we got a 690. We got a 690, 650 that we may need to roll out. But we'll wait. We'll give that some time. Wow, that's ugly, isn't it? I need to get up another $10 on that one. And then we sold the 660 and bought back the 620. I would expect that one's getting ready to close soon. Where are we at on that one? Set to close at 90 cents. We're at $1.66. So that's our rundown. And once again, thanks for watching. If you liked what you see, do me a favor. Click the like, click the subscribe. If you have questions, feel free to throw them in the chat. I will do my best to answer them. And until tomorrow, everyone be safe. Let's make lots of money.